How about those Chiefs?
This morning, the Chiefs are Super Bowl champions. We have a new reaction from overnight on their come-from-behind victory.
And Eagles fans taking to the streets to let out their frustration. We have some new video just in this morning.
Temperatures starting out in the upper 20s and low 30s this morning, headed for the 40s, but we do have some rain and then eventually some snow in the forecast.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Kelly Slifka's here now with your first warn weather forecast. Boy, just a spectacular weekend that we had. I think our graphics are staying on the weekend there just a little bit longer.
Hey, folks. What a game last night. Kelly, you went to bed at halftime?
I thought the Eagles were had it because they were kind of
10.
dominating, and then woke up this morning.
A lot of people, who have to wake up early on Monday, they watch halftime, go to bed. We have everything that you missed when you went to sleep. That's new this morning.
Okay.
All right, let's get to that forecast now. Planning out our day for us, we're starting off right around 30, huh?
Yeah, 31. This is actually our average high for this time of February, so it's not bad at all. A little bit of a west wind will add a chill. Upper 20s there in Camp Douglas and Viroqua. 34 right now, actually above freezing in Janesville. Add in that wind, it does feel like 24 in Madison. It feels like temperature in Janesville, 25 down to 18, a little bit more of a breeze in Monroe. So we got the mild weather continuing today, one more day, or at least the sunshine will continue one more day. The mild weather will continue for a couple more days. And tomorrow we've got our first system moving in. We're going to be on the warm side of it. So during the afternoon, as we're headed into Valentine's Day, we are looking at that rain to become pretty widespread right through Tuesday night. That mix of rain and snow will move in late Wednesday night and eventually change to all snow. And that's when we are expecting some accumulation with that. So enjoy that sunshine today as temperatures warm into the mid-40s this afternoon. And looking at west winds right now at 7, making a little bit of a chill, but temperatures by the noon hour already up to 40.
All right, lots of sunshine in today's forecast. Loving that. Thanks, Kelly. All right, let's take a live look at Kansas City, Missouri this morning. Historic Union Station lit up in Chiefs yellow and red this morning with a new banner that says Super Bowl champions.
Super Bowl 57 was everything football fans could hope for. A high-scoring game that came down to the final seconds.
Lot to talk about this morning. League MVP Patrick Mahomes playing through an injured ankle. Highlights, fourth quarter. Yeah, they went into halftime, the Chiefs did. Down 10 points and then mounted their comeback. Patrick Mahomes on the scramble there. Later in the drive, he's going to drop back. Missed the receiver, but a crucial holding call here by the officials that a lot of folks are talking about this morning would set up the Kansas City Chiefs perfectly in field goal position. Here it is. Harrison Bunker from 27 yards out, and it's good. That secures the Chiefs win. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, 182 yards on the night, 3 touchdowns, the game's MVP.
Everything we worked for is for this moment. You have to enjoy this moment.
It was definitely nerve-wracking, but we did it. Yeah!
Get this, Kansas City's already released plans for the championship parade. It's going to happen Wednesday. Schools in the Kansas City metro are calling classes off for that day, so students and teachers can watch and participate.
Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, you can imagine Eagles fans are feeling disappointed and frustrated this morning. Here's brand new video from overnight outside of City Hall in Philly. Fans crowding the streets of downtown, setting off fireworks. Their star quarterback ran for 3 touchdowns and threw for another, but it wasn't enough. Fans won't soon forget that holding call on the final drive.
It really blows my mind how the game could be decided on one call. I really don't understand that. One call could decide the Super Bowl, and I truly don't understand that for the life of me.
Now it comes after even more discussion regarding the officiating in the conference championship, where fans across the country took to social media complaining about the refs.
Don't get the fireworks. Maybe they had the fireworks hoping that the Eagles
going to be
would
for
win.
The celebration. Yeah. Here's another great part here this morning. Everyone is still talking about the Super Bowl halftime show this morning. Rihanna making her return something to remember. Rihanna shocking fans with her visible baby bump in her performance while cramming over a dozen hits into her high-flying halftime show. It included hit songs Where Have You Been, Diamonds, and Umbrella.
6:04 now. A long-standing tradition with the Super Bowl is the fighter jet flyover, right? And for the first time in history, the flyover done by all women. Women weren't allowed to fly in the Navy until 1973, and now women make up 15% of all naval aviators. The 5 jets used were 2 F-18 Super Hornets, an F-35 Lightning, and 1 EA-18 Growler. Well, if you weren't watching for the game, you may have been watching for the commercials, right? And you might have noticed this guy right here, a 4-legged friend, Scout. That's because the University of Wisconsin School of Veterinary Medicine knows Scout pretty well. In 2019, Scout was diagnosed with an extremely aggressive form of cancer. His owner, WeatherTech CEO David McNeil, was told that Scout wouldn't make it. But UW vets like Dr. David Weil were able to treat Scout. And now Scout's story is inspiring thousands to donate to UW's work.
It's huge to us. I mean, you look over my shoulder here, we're the only veterinary school in the world that has the type of technology to deliver radiation like the RadExact Accuray system.
Nice local connection, huh? The UW Vet School's been able to buy cutting-edge equipment to continue their cancer research. Work Dr. Weil says can actually help humans as well. 5 after 6 now. This morning, the Pentagon has confirmed that fighter jets from Madison are what shot down that unidentified object over Lake Huron Sunday afternoon. Those F-16 jets at Truax Field belong to the Minnesota Air National Guard.
Right now, military officials believe that object is the same one that appeared in the skies of Montana Saturday night.
It's the 3rd time in as many days an object has been shot down in North American airspace. Christian Benvenides reports.
Yet another foreign flying object shot in North America Sunday, this time above the Great Lake region. Pentagon officials say it's likely that same object shut down the airspace over Montana on Saturday over concerns of a radar anomaly before it was taken down by U.S. fighter jets over Lake Huron. The latest twist of the high drama playing out in the sky. It comes a day after an American aircraft under orders from both Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and President Joe Biden brought down the foreign flying object in Canadian airspace over the Yukon.
It represented a reasonable threat to civilian aircraft.
Success.
That incident also a day after President Biden ordered the takedown of a foreign object in Alaska on Friday. The wreckage sits on sea ice, and investigators are braving freezing temperatures and working with limited daylight. The object was flying at 40,000 feet, according to U.S. officials.
The predominant concern by the president was a safety of flight issue at that altitude.
That is a key kill.
Last Saturday, that suspected Chinese spy balloon was shot down after it went over the ocean near the Carolinas. It had already made its way through the continental U.S. The Biden administration said it waited to shoot it down over concerns for civilians on the ground. Republican Congressman Michael McCall says the balloon went over 3 nuclear sites.
I think if you look at the flight pattern of the balloon, it tells a story as to what the Chinese were up to as they controlled this aircraft throughout the United States.
The incidents have prompted lawmakers to ask for more details from the Biden administration. Little is known about the most recent objects shut down. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Now to the latest in Russia, where Americans who are currently there are being told to leave the country as soon as possible. A travel advisory from the U.S. State Department says U.S. citizens should exercise increased caution due to the risk of wrongful detentions. The advisory also says Russian security services have previously arrested Americans, denied them fair treatment, and convicted them despite no credible evidence. According to the State Department, Russian security services are also targeting foreign and international organizations that they deem undesirable.
Developing now at 6:08, the Wisconsin Department of Justice and Division of Criminal Investigation are looking into a critical incident involving an officer in Dodge County. Sunday afternoon, Beaver Dam police were called to a domestic disturbance where the suspect reportedly drove away. Beaver Dam police attempted to make a traffic stop, which led to a brief chase. Police say they were aware of a firearm and stayed at a distance while attempting verbal commands, but the suspect ignored them. Once law enforcement were able to approach the car, they found the person dead. No law enforcement were injured in that incident.
Well, today you have a chance to comment on renaming a Madison middle school. The school board is considering changing the name of Jefferson Middle School. The board's work group is meeting at 5 o'clock this evening. They'll discuss the matter and hear public comment. You have to register to speak beforehand or submit comments in writing. It's the last meeting before the board votes on the issue, and coming up in 2 weeks on the 27th.
Also happening today, a defendant in a kidnapping turned murder case is scheduled to appear in court. 21-year-old Jakenya Patty is charged with intentional homicide as a party to a crime. She's charged along with 28-year-old Jesse Freiberg and 38-year-old Laura Johnson. A criminal complaint claims the homicide started as an attempt to steal the victim's car. It alleges the three held the victim hostage with a box cutter at a home in Madison. The four got into the victim's car and drove to Columbia County, where the victim tried to escape. The complaint says Freiberg pulled out a gun and shot the victim. Their body was found near Portage. The trial is scheduled to start April 24th.
Coming up, with more and more people buying e-bikes, maybe you have one, there's a serious safety issue we're going to talk about, why it's happening, and what you can do to prevent it.
And how we could expect to see more sports betting down the road.
Right now is absolutely the best time of year to buy furniture, and Slumberland Furniture is the best place during our huge President's Sale. Check out this gorgeous sectional, and it comes with a free ottoman, plus so much more during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Garage doors don't like the cold weather, but if it breaks, Precision Garage Door is always ready.
Does not matter if it's raining or snowing or any kind of other weather conditions, we're going to get it done on the same day. We know how important that is to our customers.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Don't delay. The Brothers Maine President's Day sale is happening now. Shop local and save with tremendous deals on Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana appliances. We have the area's largest selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Low E has hurt my ability to perform.
He hasn't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Now through February 16th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023 in a clean and spacious, judgment-free zone with tons of equipment to get you energized.
Low E, not for me.
Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, February 16th.
We depend on judges to keep our families safe. But Jennifer Doro has a long history of keeping criminals, even sexual predators, out of prison. As a judge, Doro lets criminals off easy so often, a fellow judge questioned her soft treatment of convicted criminals. She even gave a convicted domestic abuser 2 days to report to prison, time he used to violently assault his own family members. Jennifer Doro lets criminals off the hook, and that has no place on our Supreme Court.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It's connecting you with top medical specialists after a serious injury. It's holding the insurance company responsible for your lost wages and your hospital bills. It's a guarantee that we'll be with you every step of the way and won't accept anything less than the maximum payment you deserve. We'll speak with you for free, and there's no fee until we get results for you. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
Looking at mattresses?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable. That's why Slumberland has modernized the process. Right now at our huge President's Sale, get this Sealy Posturepedic mattress for $5.99. Slumberland, mattress shopping reinvented.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back at 6:13. You've probably seen one of those new battery-powered bikes around Madison or even on and off the road trail. Electric bikes have grown in popularity, and with it, growing numbers of battery fires, some of them fatal. Consumer Reports explains the very real dangers of e-bikes and how you can prevent a fire if you own one. Here's Shane Hogan.
The FDNY says a battery from an electric bike is the cause for Thursday's fatal apartment fire in the East Village.
That was back in December 2021, where one man died and 2 children had to cling to an exterior pipe to escape. A year later, New York City's fire department attributed an astonishing 202 fires, 142 injuries, and 6 deaths to fires caused by electric bike or electric scooter batteries. Similar incidents can be found across the country, all linked to the same problem.
When the lithium-ion batteries used in e-bikes are poorly made, overused, overcharged, or used with the wrong charger, it can cause fires, and those fires can be violent and difficult to put out.
With very little oversight, some companies that make low-quality e-bikes and batteries are finding loopholes to sell their products on e-commerce sites like Amazon. A quick Amazon search shows dozens of e-bikes under $800. Which is not a coincidence.
There's a trade law that's unofficially known as the Amazon loophole that allows items under $800 to sort of dodge taxes and regulations that other products might have to go through.
Amazon tells Consumer Reports, quote, "We continuously monitor the products sold in our store for product safety concerns and, when appropriate, remove a product from the store," end quote.
Because there's a lack of oversight, it's really up to the consumer to look after your own interests.
If you're shopping for an e-bike, look for one with a UL certified label. Then follow the manufacturer's instructions for charging and storage, and always use the power adapter and cord supplied by the manufacturer. Don't ever leave the battery charging overnight or while you're not at home. If you need a new battery, buy it from the same manufacturer as your e-bike. If at any time your battery starts doing anything unusual, like making a hissing sound or if it smells odd, unplug it immediately. This is Shane Hogan.
More safety advice from Consumer Reports. Always keep batteries away from heat sources such as heaters or direct sunlight when you're charging them, and make sure there's no flammable material nearby.
All right, let's check in with Kelly Slipka now on your First Warn forecast. She's here to help you plan your day. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, good morning. We are looking at another beautiful day today, very similar to what we saw yesterday and Saturday. A lot of sunshine today, headed into the mid, maybe even some upper 40s where there isn't as much snow on the ground, especially areas to the north and west and also down to the south and east. Of course, we had that swath of snow that really hit the Madison area late last week, but a lot of that has been melting. We're sitting at 31. This is actually above our average high for the day, so really not too bad for this time of the year, this time of the morning. 34 in Janesville, across Dane County, 29 in Wanakee, Sun Prairie, Cottage Grove, both at 28, and Mount Horeb currently at 29. So a mild start to the morning, and we're going to continue to see a lot of sunshine. We've got quiet weather all the way to the Rockies. We are watching 2 systems out west. They're still very unorganized right now, producing quite a bit of rain in L.A. and San Diego, seeing some of that. Another one producing some rain and snow there into New Mexico. Both these systems are going to be affecting us as we go throughout the week. 44 the forecast today. Our average high now is 30, so we're already above that. The record 51. What I want to show you is this sunset now at 5:26. That's an hour later than our earliest sunset that comes in the shortest day of the year in December. Today, looking at low 40s early this afternoon, headed into the mid 40s for most of this later today with lots of sunshine, a little bit of a westerly wind. Now tomorrow we've got clouds moving in, and then by the afternoon rain is going to spread in, and it's going to be a pretty much of all-day rain, it looks like, going into the evening hours. But look at how mild it is. Temperatures in the upper 40s, and those mild temperatures will continue into the evening. Some of the more steady rains might become a little bit less numerous as we go through the late evening, but we can expect about a 1/10 to a 1/4 of an inch of rain for most locations. Some areas to the west, a 1/4 to a 1/2 of an inch of rain. Then the second storm system moves in. This will bring us some wintry precipitation late Wednesday night into Thursday, changing to all snow. We are looking at some accumulation with that, and we have a pretty good chance of at least seeing 1 to 3. That's our confidence level, but there's also a moderate chance that we could be talking about 3 to 6. So a moderate impact for us. As that moves in, it looks like Thursday will be the main threat when we will see that accumulating snow. Your First Warn forecast, looking at that rain tomorrow afternoon, continuing into Wednesday morning. The alert day on Thursday with that snow accumulating. Then it does turn colder, at least briefly, warming up this weekend.
All right, Kelly Slipka, thanks a lot. Sports betting, more of the talk around the country year after year. Chiefs and Eagles jerseys sprinkled throughout Tom's Watch Bar in Minneapolis Sunday. Others had a different kind of rooting interest, and that's winning some money on the game. There's no legal way, though, to gamble on sports in Minnesota. 36 other states and Washington, D.C. have now legalized it. One of those states is Iowa, and lawmakers believe those wanting to bet will make that trip.
The last projection that I've seen shows that Minnesota could generate as much as $30 million per year by legalizing sports betting.
Like Minnesota, sports betting is still legal in Wisconsin as well.
Here's sports anchor Jordan Reed with your morning sports.
Well, a new team might have their sights set on Aaron Rodgers. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the New York Jets have inquired about Rodgers' availability. Now, it's also worth noting that Nathaniel Hackett, the former offensive coordinator with the Packers, is now the Jets' OC. Rodgers is gearing up for his 4-day, 4-night complete darkness retreat where he's going to mull over his future, whether that's with the Packers, with another team, or retiring altogether. So now we're just going to have to wait and see. Final round of the Phoenix Open on Sunday. Scottie Scheffler having himself a day. He cards 6 under 65 to defend his Phoenix Open title. Also helps him regain the top spot in the world. Scheffler and Nick Taylor were neck and neck on the back nine, but Scheffler ends up sinking an eagle putt on 13 to take the lead. Then he drains a par putt on 16 to make it a 2-shot lead. He won the tourney by 2 strokes. But one shot that is getting a lot of attention from the final round of the Phoenix Open is Ricky Fowler's hole-in-one. He sank the shot on 7 to move him 11 under overall. This marks his 3rd career ace. Fowler finished the tournament tied for 10th. Back to you.
6:20 right now. Coming up, why the Kansas City Chiefs are the Empire State of Mind this morning.
And in our next half hour, we'll have some new video in from overnight of the celebrations and the disappointment after the big game.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
My name's Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in abortion rights, fairness for all, and protecting public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
This Valentine's Day, get a Heartbaker pizza from Papa Murphy's. You complete us. And we mean that literally. With Take and Bake, we prepare it, you make it yours. So make us yours today for just $11. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
I work hard and I want my money to work hard too. So I use my Freedom Unlimited card. Earn on my favorite soup. Got it. Earn big with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
We protect your house.
We're gonna do it!
And your car.
We need to keep our energy up. I want to take me to Funky Town.
Because we know they're the launching pad to their dreams. And now you can save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV, like Bronco, Explorer, or the new Escape. Get here to get a deal on the SUV's #1 in brand loyalty. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose FlexBuy on Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 Auto Show cash.
I'm going for Judge Janet
Protasewicz?
You don't need to know how to say Protasewicz to know that Judge Janet believes in abortion rights, fairness, and public safety.
Try to say it. Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobison.com to apply.
We're back at 6:24. Okay, so we figured out whose photo this is.
Whose photo is it?
Linda messaged me on Facebook. Linda's taking credit for the hawk.
I'm guessing it's a red-tailed hawk, just simply because those are the most common in Wisconsin.
It's a gorgeous bird.
Mm-hmm.
Hawk. I got a lot to say. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media, and we'll share it right here on the program.
You know, some of the viewer feedback we get is usually worse when it comes to like animals, because usually we always get them wrong. But we know this is a hawk, but
it's a beautiful eagle.
Oh gosh,
it's a parakeet, right?
I believe it's a female golden eagle. It's a red-tailed hawk, folks. I'm just kidding. Hey, everybody's celebrating. Well, not everybody. Kansas City Chiefs fans are certainly celebrating this morning.
Yeah, take a look at this video this morning where the Empire State Building was lit up in red overnight in New York City for the Super Bowl champs. That is one of my favorite shots.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, man. What a game last night. Coming down to the final seconds, you've got controversy to talk about this morning, legacy to talk about this morning, and all that new reaction from overnight. It's a lot to get to. We're going to start that coverage off here in just a few minutes. We want to go to Kelly Slipka first, though, with a peek at your first warn forecast.
Yeah, we are looking at temperatures in the upper 20s and low 30s, so actually pretty mild for this time of the year. And there's a bit of a wind that's adding a little bit of a chill, but a lot of sunshine expected again today, very similar to what we had this weekend. Look at this, the sun already starting to come up on the horizon. Temperatures headed into the mid-40s later today. Lots of sunshine today.
Pretty shot.
Thanks, Kelly. Stick around. That Super Bowl coverage is coming up just after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get bath tissue for just $3.99. Monday only at Hy-Vee. That's right, your daily deal for Monday is Simply Done Bath Tissue for just $3.99 while supplies last. Only at Hy-Vee.
Turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get energized with tons of equipment. Simply join through the free PF app. Deal ends Thursday, February 16th.
What can you do with sensitive skin?
Okay, what a day. There's nothing in my way. I love
Cetaphil Moisturizing Cream hydrates for a full 48 hours. Because a lot can happen in 48 hours. Cetaphil, we do skin, you do you.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
This ring is a commitment. After we got married, I got very sick. He would come every day to help me walk again. And now I'm back. This is a reminder
that love endures all.
Express your extraordinary love. Jared, love brilliantly.
Chicago. Celebrating 25 years of Broadway Razzle Dazzle. The Associated Press calls Chicago the most entertaining musical of the decade. Paint the town again with Chicago the Musical.
At Overture, March 21st through 26th. Tickets at overture.org.
Experience does count. When you're shopping for new furniture, a mattress set, or flooring, come to the experts at McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo. Our experienced staff is well-trained in home decorating and will answer all your questions so you can buy with confidence. You'll find big city selection and an enjoyable shopping experience. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Come see the difference experience can make at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
Turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023. Join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. And get energized with tons of equipment. Simply join through the free PF app. Deal ends Thursday, February 16th.
Get bath tissue for just $3.99. Monday only at Hy-Vee. That's right, your daily deal for Monday is Simply Done Bath Tissue for just $3.99 while supplies last. Only at Hy-Vee.
You are Super Bowl champions again. Congratulations.
The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions once again. We have new video from overnight of the celebrations and a big letdown in Philadelphia.
Plus, how the UW-Madison Society of Women Engineers are inspiring kids with Disney Day.
Temperatures starting out in the upper 20s and low 30s. A lot of sunshine today, but we do have some rain and then eventually some snow in the forecast.
Hey, good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Let's start with Kelly Slifka because this is going to be a wild week. I mean, they are all wild here in Wisconsin, especially in the wintertime. But we got rain, snow, some sunshine, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything this week. So just hang on. We're going to be going for a roller coaster ride. Right now, it's not too bad. We're starting out at 31 here in Madison. Most locations close to 30 this morning. This is really where our average high is, so we can't complain about that. A little bit of a west wind will add a bit of a chill. In fact, the wind chill feels like temperature in Madison at 24, 19 in Monroe, a little bit more of a wind. Lone Rock 24, Bedell's 25, and 23, the wind chill in Watertown. So mild weather continues, and not only today, but this will be the last day of sunshine. It looks like the clouds roll in tomorrow, and eventually we're looking at some rain showers developing primarily tomorrow afternoon. I know it's Valentine's Day, but it'll be kind of soggy if you're going to be out during the evening hours. Pretty solid area of rain. And then we're watching a system that'll move in, a secondary one that'll have more cold air to work with it, and that'll bring us some rain-snow mix early and then changing to all snow. We are looking at some accumulation, especially Thursday. Temperatures in the upper 20s, low 30s this morning. By the noon hour, early afternoon, we're already in the low 40s, headed in the mid, maybe some upper 40s where there isn't as much snow on the ground. Kids off to the bus stop. Yeah, you'll need the jacket this morning, but it's not too bitterly cold. Temperatures around 30 to start off the day. Headed home from school, looking at sunshine and mid 40s. And we'll talk about the rain and eventually the snow coming up in just a bit.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Remember, you can always stay on top of the changing conditions here in Wisconsin by downloading the First Warn Weather app. It is free. Just search WISC Weather wherever you get your apps. Well, Kansas City Chiefs fans are on top of the world this morning.
For good reason, 2 Super Bowls since 2020. That's a reason to celebrate. Check out the crowds after the big win in Kansas City. Thousands of them celebrating that big win in the Power and Light District. Well, from the game, commercials, to the halftime show, the night belonged to the NFL.
CBS's Donnie Backus breaks down a night full of entertainment and sports drama.
The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions.
How about those Chiefs?
Quarterback Patrick Mahomes was the game's MVP. Despite taking a hit on his recently injured ankle, Mahomes led his team back from a 10-point deficit at halftime, putting the Chiefs in position to kick what would be the game-winning field goal with just seconds left on the clock.
Everything we worked for is for this moment. You have to enjoy this moment.
Fans in Kansas City celebrated.
It was definitely nerve-wracking, but we did it. Yeah!
But for Philadelphia, heartbreak.
It hurts. It hurts. Yeah, it's a tough one.
We'll use this pain, we'll use this failure to motivate us.
Last night's Super Bowl was historic because for the first time, 2 African-American quarterbacks faced off. Also, 2 brothers, Travis and Jason Kelce, took the field on opposing teams.
You know, you joke around all the time and say that you want to be your brother in the biggest stage ever, but it's a weird feeling. I'm sure we'll have a more emotional interaction. Still frustrated at that point, but really, really happy for Trav.
The big game also featured all-star music performances from actor Shirley Ralph, Kenneth Babyface Edmonds, and Chris Stapleton. His soulful national anthem brought coaches and players to tears. Singer Rihanna shocked fans with her visible baby bump while cramming over a dozen hits into her high-flying halftime show.
Donnie Backus reporting. Here you can see a group of rowdy Eagles fans in Philadelphia overnight. This is new video of one jumping on top of a police van that was trying to clear the crowd. So obviously mixed emotions there.
They're pretty upset over a late holding call that they say decided the game. Refs under a lot of scrutiny this morning. Rigged is trending. They think the game was decided before it was even played last night. So they're mad. They're a little upset.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Another big aspect of the game is always the commercials, right? Advertisers dropped some serious money on those last night.
Nostalgia seemed to be the theme of the night. Here's CBS's Michael George with that story.
Oh, Booking.com. It's the biggest TV audience of the year, but not everyone is in it for the game. For some, the Super Bowl stars are the ads.
Is that Pete Davidson?
These ads were released online ahead of the game as advertisers try to generate more buzz.
What they're trying to do is kind of recalibrate the formula there to make sure that you have some momentum and build up.
And it's not cheap. A 30-second ad can cost $7 million.
They shallant. They shan't. Is it shallant or shan't?
It's neither. On Sunday, be prepared to see a ton of celebrities.
Hi, I'm Ben Stiller. I'm Steve Martin. Who's the new guy?
Hi, I'm Oswald. And a ton of nostalgia, like this Caddyshack-inspired spot.
Well, we're waiting.
And 28 years after the movie Clueless, Alicia Silverstone is back.
Like, when I heard I could save by getting cash back with Rakuten, I was like, as if.
Even the cast of Breaking Bad is reuniting.
Yo, this is a bomb! And they're air popped, not fried.
But there are some things you won't see. Remember this?
It's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
I don't think so.
They're not around this year after FTX's meltdown.
Winner! Eat it, Kyle.
Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Joy is real, but it's not real.
Another important bowl going on, too, the Puppy Bowl, of course. Here in Madison, Beer Rock did away with the pregame fluff for the Super Bowl. This is all about the women flying over the Super Bowl. This is the first time they did this, a longstanding tradition, of course, the big flyover. Women weren't allowed to fly in the U.S. Navy until 1973, and now women make up 15% of naval aviators. An all-women crew yesterday for the Super Bowl. They flew 2 F-18 Super Hornets, an F-35 Lightning, and an EA-18 Growler. Now to the Puppy Bowl. The Super Bowl, of course, always has the Puppy Bowl around it. And here in Madison, Beer Rock did away with the pregame fluff, and they focused on the literal fluff instead. That makes up the Puppy Bowl. If you're asking yourself, why? Well, it's part of a fundraiser benefiting Dane County Humane Society with 10% of sales going to the shelter.
Being a bar and restaurant, I think anybody can throw the Super Bowl up on the screen, and it's obviously a big day, but we wanted to differentiate ourselves, think how else we can help the community, and we thought, hey, let's do focus on the Puppy Bowl and do a fundraiser for the Dane County Humane Society.
Beer Rock did change the channel for the game. Folks there could watch it, but with the hours and hours of pregame coverage, and gosh, there's more and more of it every year, isn't there? It decided it'd rather show the Puppy Bowl in its entirety beforehand instead. Doing so is what Beer Rock employees say sets them apart from the other sports bar, because where else can you go to watch the Puppy Bowl and have some drinks, right?
That was a fun event. 6:37 right now. More news in his 2023 to 25 budget proposal. Governor Evers plans to expand renters' protections, renovate existing housing, and address rental safety concerns. In a press release, the governor's office says his proposal would include more robust property inspection programs and funding to help landlords remedy minor violations after inspections. $100 million would also go to the Municipal Home Rehabilitation Program to renovate blighted rental properties and expand affordable housing options. As far as renter protections, the governor is proposing moratoriums on evictions and more property code violation enforcement.
Some new information this morning. New data suggests that the Wisconsin economy is doing well despite inflation concerns. The current unemployment rate is down to 2.9%, below the national average of 3.5%. Financial experts at UW-Madison say that low unemployment may be good for the short term, but it could cause problems when there are more jobs than people to fill them. However, the expert said this would be good for job seekers as companies may start offering higher wages and potentially more benefits such as childcare and housing. With high workforce participation, Wisconsin would likely fare well if we head into a mild recession.
More local news at 6:39. Many little girls dream of becoming Disney princesses when they grow up, but female engineering students at UW-Madison want to show them that they can also be engineers. Students in the UW-Madison Society of Women Engineers say they never had the opportunity to learn about the engineering field as kids. That's why they decided to create Disney Day. It's a way to get kids interested in the field and expose them to the career. Kids of all ages had the chance to spend their Sunday participating in Disney-themed STEM activities, from building Cinderella's carriage to making Princess Elsa's snow.
Getting these kids interested at a young age is really important, just to know that they can do it. I think especially when it comes to underrepresented genders, especially in engineering. Like, we have a bunch of little girls here, which is really good to see, and they seem really into it.
This is one of the main community outreach events of the semester for the Society of Women Engineers. They typically host an event for K-12 students every year. And while some kids may be too young to understand it, the students hosting the event say it's about exposing kids to the word engineer, something they wish they had growing up.
Love to see that. And we just mentioned the Puppy Bowl, right? Here's a recap of that game yesterday. One of the best jobs on Super Bowl Sundays. Got to be the referee for the Puppy Bowl. Am I right? Team Fluff won the coveted Lombardi Trophy yesterday, 87-83. The final score is made by Vivian, a bulldog mix that carried an adorable green turtle into the end zone.
Crazy how far that has come over the years.
It's a big thing.
Yeah. Kind of started as nothing, and now everyone looks forward to it.
Yeah, good stuff. Adorable puppers, huh? All right, let's take a look outside this morning at 6:40. It's a mild start to your work week. As we take a look on the Beltline this morning, we have a couple of chances we could see some precipitation in the forecast. Rain and snow that Kelly Sliffick will time out coming up.
Also ahead, why health experts say Paxlovid can be a lifesaver when it comes to COVID.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
At Overture Center, February 21st through 26th. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
When the weather gets cold, springs break.
Fixing broken garage doors, that's all we do here at Precision.
Our vehicles are literally like a warehouse on wheels.
We can fix a broken spring the same day and get you on your way.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
The Wisconsin Fishing Expo returns to the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, February 24th through the 26th. Stocked with over 330 booths, plus nearly every fishing boat imaginable. Load up with deals now. It's the Wisconsin Fishing Expo's largest seminar roster ever, with topics for almost any species, over 20 seminars. Check out kids' activities, including the trout pond, fish bingo, and bumper boats. Go to wifishingexpo.com for details. Sponsored by Wisconsin Outdoor News, Blackfish, Daiwa, Lucas Oil, Acme, the Big 1070, and Don's Marine.
Dad always said I was special, that I would do something big someday, but for a while, we were just worried about getting to tomorrow. At UW Health, we found the team that made it their mission. Not just to get me through the day, but to give me a new life and a new kidney. Now, my future is infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
Hello there, fellow students.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
We're getting things done.
As President Biden visited the Madison area to deliver his message to the people of Wisconsin, News 3 Now brought you team coverage of this historic day every step of the way.
This is a blue-collar blueprint to rebuild America.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now.
We're back at 6:44. When you get COVID, it may seem like nothing works to make you feel better, but researchers say that in those situations, Paxlovid could be a lifesaver. Literally, a study at the University of Colorado finds the antiviral remains highly effective on Omicron variants. Researchers tracked 28,000 patients with risk factors and found that Paxlovid significantly reduced rates of hospitalization and death.
New this morning with Valentine's Day tomorrow, what a better way to spoil yourself or that special someone with chocolate. But what makes chocolate so appealing? Well, researchers in the UK think they have cracked the code. They created an artificial tongue that determined the fat and melt in your mouth feel are what really does it for us with chocolate. Cocoa butter is the only natural fat in the world that melts at body temperature. Love me some chocolate.
Oh. Got a sweet tooth these days, I really do. All right, let's check in with Kelly Slifkin now. Speaking of sweet tooth, maybe we get a chance to have some chocolate tomorrow for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, looks like you will, but one thing is for sure, we've got some rain moving in. It's going to be kind of a soggy Valentine's Day. It's going to be on the mild side and also windy, but temperatures in the upper 40s, but they will be pretty soggy if you are going to be headed out maybe for dinner during the evening hours. Just plan on some wet weather for Valentine's Day. In the meantime, we've got another nice day to enjoy. Temperatures starting out very close to our average high for this time of the year, up close to 30. In fact, we're sitting at 31, 34 in Janesville, around Dane County, 28 in Sun Prairie to Cottage Grove, Wanakee, 29, Middleton currently at 31. So not too bad this morning. Had actually a weak cold front pass through, just stirred up a little bit of wind, but really quiet weather all the way until you get out to the southwest. And this is what we're going to be watching. We've got a couple of storm systems that'll be developing here. Right now producing rain in the LA, San Diego area and also into New Mexico. The first system that approaches us, it will be mild enough that'll bring us some rain. That's the one that's going to affect Valentine's Day. Meantime, we're looking at temperatures up close to 40 here at the noon hour. Westerly winds up there around 10 miles per hour should be coming down mid to upper 40s for most locations today. So another unseasonably mild day for this time of February. But tomorrow, if you have any plans, try to get them done in the morning because it looks like rain will be kind of a washout throughout the afternoon into the evening, and you can see temperatures very mild in the upper 40s yet. The rain should become a little bit more scattered overnight, but it's going to be a pretty solid area of rain, and we're looking at about 1/10 to maybe 1/4 of an inch of rain for most areas. Off to the west, about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch, so some pretty good soaking rains. Then the secondary system comes in on the colder side, and that's going to bring us a mix of rain and snow changing to all snow with some accumulation likely across all of southern Wisconsin. So this is what we're going to be watching as we go into the later part of the week, and then it will turn colder. And right now we have high confidence at least 3 inches, 1 to 3 inches, and moderate confidence that we could be talking about 3 to 6 inches. So this will definitely be impacting us as we go into Thursday morning. That'll be affecting the morning commute. Pretty solid area of snow, it looks like, for Thursday morning, gradually starting to wind down as we go into the afternoon hours. But that's why we have the firstborn alert day on Thursday. Temperatures only in the 20s. It does clear up on Friday with a few flurries, but then we rebound. Once again, we're back in the 40s. And it looks like more unsettled weather for Sunday going into early parts of next week.
All right, thanks, Kelly. This weekend kicked off sturgeon spearing season. Bryce Oslin at our affiliate in Green Bay tells us about the event.
On Lake Winnebago so far, we've had over 150 sturgeon speared, and on the upriver lakes, we've probably had over 100 sturgeon speared by this time, or at least by the end of the day.
Sturgeon season is underway in northeast Wisconsin. Spearers say there's nothing like spearing the prehistoric fish.
Until you experience it, it's undescribable, because it's 2, 3, 5 second window, where else, and it's like, is the fish big enough?
Spear Dan Stumps landed an 87-pound sturgeon on the first day of the season.
It's a rush. It's a legacy. A lot of people do it. When you get out and you experience it, it's a joy.
Spearers say the activity is fun for the entire family.
I've been spearing since I was 12. It's been my family for a long time.
This sturgeon Roman Mucky speared today is his third since he started participating in the sport.
It was fun. I mean, it looked bigger than it is in the hole, but no matter if you get a fish or not, it's always a fun experience. It's awesome.
The season will continue until harvest caps are met. In Winneconne, Bryce Oslin, Local 5 News.
Indian Point saw the most sturgeon speared this opening day, with more than 50 hauled up through the ice.
6:49 right now. Coming up in the morning sprint, the latest from Portage Police on a swatting incident at the high school.
If you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
This President's Day, we're throwing a 5-star celebration at Bob's Discount Furniture. I've got on-trend styles, unbeatable prices, because the stars have aligned at Bob's.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in abortion rights, fairness for all, and protecting public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
Race to savings on your kitchen and bathroom update at Menards. Pfister creates thoughtfully designed faucets and fixtures that fit perfectly into your life, like this uniquely modern design Penn bathroom faucet, now on sale for $119.99. Update your kitchen and bath with countertops from Menards. Choose from quartz, laminate, and solid surface to give your kitchen a new look. Menards countertops offer the ease of do-it-yourself. Race to savings now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time to bring balance to business travel and discover the equilibrium that works for you. At National, you're in control. Skip the counter, choose any car in the aisle, and manage your rental right from the app. So you can mix work with leisure, or leisure with work, giving you the control to find the perfect balance. Go National. Go like a pro.
Look! It's easy to say things. Anyone can do that.
Look closer.
Meaning what you say, that's a little harder. And a little harder to find. But at US Cellular, when we say you get unlimited data for $29.99 per line, we don't mean only if you get 4 lines. We mean $29.99 per line, even 1. Plus, every plan is price protected for every customer.
Join the circle of life at the Lion King. Experience the world's #1 musical. Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Coming to Overture Center May 11th through 28th. Tickets on sale now at overture.org.
I'm going for Judge Janet
Protasewicz?
You don't need to know how to say Protasewicz to know that Judge Janet believes in abortion rights, fairness, and public safety.
Protasewicz.
This President's Day, people are buzzing about my highly rated bedrooms, like my Tremont Queen bedroom set, my romantic Scarlet collection. Go glam with Diva 2. See what all the buzz is about this President's Day weekend at Bob's.
Clean your cars, clothes, and canines at the Magic Wash.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
U.S. Marshals arrested a 20-year-old they say is responsible for a drive-by shooting on Madison's east side earlier this year. This provided photo shows Rizell Schaefer being taken into custody. Schaefer is charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide in a drive-by from January 7th. No one was hurt in that shooting.
The city of Green Bay standing by its position that audio surveillance installed at City Hall is legal. It came in a press release after the city installed microphones and other surveillance equipment around the hall following complaints about city officials. The Wisconsin Legislative Council says people should be able to hold private conversations in government buildings.
Portage High School was put on lockdown on Friday after what school officials believe was another false swatting incident. They've been targeting the district. The Portage Police Department said 2 officers were already at the school at the time the threat was made. The school was immediately put into lockdown until police determined that threat was not credible.
Check it out in Kansas City last night. Thousands celebrating their team's Super Bowl victory. The cheers brought on after a last-minute field goal. securing the victory for the Chiefs 38-35. Kansas City ended all 4 second-half drives with points, while the Eagles had 2 drives that ended in scores.
Football can't have all of the fun, of course, after a Milwaukee Admirals win against the Rockford Ice Hogs. The goalie savored the win in an unusual way. Take a look at this. The goalie lays on the ice and pumps the goal 5 times in celebration of their win. The final score was 2-1, with the goalie blocking 45 shots and both shootout attempts. I've never seen anything like that before.
Kind of like Bucky doing the push-ups after the Badgers score. Comcast investigating an act of vandalism that cut service to several thousand Philadelphia customers. It happened just hours before the Super Bowl. Spokesperson said someone deliberately cut the fiber optic cables to cause it. Crews worked to restore service as quickly as possible, and most customers were back online before kickoff.
Officials in Ohio say the groundwater is safe from contamination, but several pet owners are reporting problems. In a derailment last week, tanks caused chemicals to spill and burn in the air. One pet owner said one of his started coughing randomly, had a puffy face, and just shut down. There are several reports of animals sick since the derailment, despite government officials say the air is safe.
An industrial fire in North Carolina burning now for more than 40 hours. First responders continue to monitor it this morning. Firefighters say that the wind prolonged the fire, along with the facility storing a lot of railroad ties. Officials think it could still be a day or two before they can get into the facility.
Well, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and Florida is going all out. In Miami, you can see the world's tallest Valentine's Day greeting. The largest LED kissing lips are located on the 60-story Paramount Miami World Center skyscraper. The world record was for the most enormous electronic hearts and colossal flying cupids.
Good morning. I'm First Warning meteorologist Kelly Slifka. We've got another nice day today, but we're going to get rid of the sunshine, it looks like, after today for a while, so enjoy it while we got it. Right now, temperature's really not too bad for this time of the morning, this time of February, sitting close to 30. A little bit of a west wind, as high as 16 miles per hour, 6 mile per hour wind right now in Madison. They'll be up there, but that sunshine will make things seem pretty nice this afternoon as we warm from the lower 30s this morning into the 40s by the noon hour, headed into the mid 40s this afternoon. A lot of sunshine today, but the clouds move in pretty quickly for Valentine's Day. Your first warn forecast looking at 48 tomorrow, but it's going to be a soggy Valentine's Day, Valentine's evening. Another storm brings us a chance of some rain, snow mixed late Wednesday night into Thursday. We are looking at an alert day for some of that accumulating snow. It does turn colder toward the end of the week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. We're back with a live update at 7:26. Make it a great day.